In the farthest reaches of the Andromeda Expanse, on a dust-choked world named Zephyria, Captain Rian Ward had made his camp. Zephyria was a planet forgotten by most of the galactic charts, a place marked only by cautionary notes about its hostile environment and the impenetrable storms that could strip flesh from bone. But Rian was a scout for the United Earth colonies, an explorer, a survivalist, and a man who thrived where others feared to tread. His mission was clear: chart the surface, collect data, and confirm if Zephyria could ever support human life. After months of harsh winds and relentless dust storms, he had learned the rhythms of the planet, the cycles of the storms, and the brittle silence that followed each tempest. One evening, after a particularly violent storm had ravaged his camp, Rian was cleaning his equipment inside his battered tent. The tent flapped wildly outside, soaked and battered by the acid rain that had followed the storm, acidic, corrosive, but somehow manageable with proper shielding. He was weary, ready to sleep, when the fabric shivered and a figure stepped inside. Was drenched, her clothes soaked through, hair clinging to her face like tendrils. Her eyes were wide, filled with a mixture of awe and something else, fear maybe, or wonder. Rian stood, startled but alert. "Who are you? How did you get past the storms?" His voice was calm but firm. She took a trembling breath, water dripping from her arms and legs. I've never seen rain before," she whispered, voice barely audible over the howling wind outside. "We've never known rain." Rian's brow furrowed. "Who's we?" She hesitated, then pulled from her soaked backpack a small luminescent device. Data crystal, ancient by Earth standards, but still functional. "We're from the core worlds. We've lived in controlled environments for centuries, but our colony ship crashed here generations ago. Our people have survived in shelters, underground, and hidden from this storm-swept surface, ... But this rain, ... This rain is new." Rian's eyes widened. The storms had been constant for millennia, but this acidic rain was a sudden mutation in the atmosphere, a lethal evolution. Yet here was a woman whose people had never even encountered it. Why come out now? Why risk the storm? Rian asked. She shivered and smiled weakly. "We need help. Our underground habitats are failing. The technology that keeps us alive is breaking down. We can't last much longer, but we're scared of the surface of the rain. We thought no one lived out here." Rian's heart pounded. Humanity had fragmented over the centuries of space colonization, and many groups had lost touch with each other. The core worlds considered themselves the pinnacle of progress, but here was proof that humanity's survival was fragile and scattered. "I'm here to help," Rian said, nodding firmly. "I've survived this storm and more. If your people trust me, we'll find a way together." Over the next weeks, Rian guided her to his base camp, and then to the hidden entrances of the underground colony. The people there emerged cautiously, faces pale and gaunt from generations underground. They had no memory of open skies or fresh air, only the filtered artificial environments their ancestors had constructed. Rian demonstrated his survival techniques, showed them how to read the storm patterns, how to build shelters that could withstand the acid rain, how to harvest water safely, and how to adapt the soil for crops. Slowly, the underground dwellers began to trust the surface again, learning that the storm was dangerous but not unbeatable. One evening, standing outside the tent, the woman who had first stepped in the name she gave was Alara looked up at the sky. The storm clouds had parted slightly, and for the first time in centuries, the moonlight bathed Zephyr's surface. "Maybe," she said softly, "we can survive here after all." "Not just survive, but thrive," Rian smiled. "Humanity's strongest when we remember how to face the wild. The universe is vast, but we are built for survival." Alara reached out, taking his hand. "Thank you for showing us the rain." And as the first gentle drops of clean water began to fall, mingling with the lingering acid beneath, they both knew a new chapter for humanity had begun, one born from storms, forged by courage, and destined for the stars.